here on the Accusonus booth, again with Elias. He's going to show us Regroover, which I believe is a way of putting new life into stale beats.
Yes, yes. So Regroover was recently updated to the new version, which supports even more hosts. So that was a feature request that was a big feature for the users. So I'm going to see a bit the workflow here. So Regroover proposes a new way to work with beats, and a lot of users have huge libraries of loops and samples that they may have exhausted artistically. Yes. So we provide a new way to reimagine them. So the user would start by dragging any of the loops of their library, and Regroover will automatically analyze them into 4 layers. So there's a machine learning algorithm going behind this, and it tries to extract meaningful layers that are not only correct as sound elements, but also as musical elements, right? So the user has a fair bit of control, a high-level control though, on the amount of layers that he wants to extract, depending on how many elements are there in a bit. If you've got a lot of percussion and congas and cowbells, you need more layers to extract. Or how active are these elements if you got a very busy hi-hat beat, for example. And let's see if now what we did with the default settings, it will try to identify, so...
Fit for yes. So
here's the original beat.
That was
going on. Sorry. Here's the original beat. And I was trying to identify parts of the beat. Here you've got the kick going on. Here you've got some cymbals. You can always sync playback to the host tempo, so everything will be in sync. And the fun part begins when you start regrooving. So let's bring that back here. All right, and you can use the markers that we have and select regions of the layers that you want to loop. So you can start creating new beats and get inspired with new polyrhythms that might come up out of it. And once you're fine, you can export that rhythms into your DAW and get going. What you can also do, if you like specific elements and you'd like to create your own beats, is extract these elements into what we call the expansion kit, which is a basic sampler. And you can then start controlling their envelope, start and end points, and get your own beats, extracting elements from a bit that you'd like for a classic vintage break, for example, funky drummer, and get your own beats. And of course, you can also export all the expansion kits as audio files, import them to your favorite sample editor, and get even more advanced editing workflows there. We also have a signal chain, a specific signal chain for each of the layers, so you can add gate, EQ, compression, saturation, and transient design, and really save the sound of your loop. So not necessarily change the beat, but change the sound and make it fit in your specific production. So these are the basic workflows. Of course, we've had users import any kind of audio into this thing. We've had users importing washing machine recordings and extracting interesting soundscapes. So users are free to experiment and get exciting rhythms out of it.
And you can bring Apple loops in there directly?
Yes, Apple loops directly, Ableton loops directly. We work with any major host and their libraries. Users can just drag and drop from any host library into Regroover and back out to the host.
Okay. And can you save a loop directly as an Apple loop, or do you have to process that separately?
You have to process that separately, for now.
For now. It looks very appealing. When is the update available and what's the cost?
The update is available since last week, so users can download it now, and it's compatible with any host out there. And the price is $99 for the essential version, which has some limited export functionality, and $219 for the Pro version, which has all the features that we've went over today.
Excellent, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.